that. You see that? So Earth Hour started in 2007 in Australia. It started as a very, very simple action of just switching off for the hour. It was a fun, participative action of asking individuals to just switch off from 8:30 to 9:30 to save electricity and also to raise their voice against climate change. Earth Hour came to India in 2009. Again, started off as a simple act of switch off. And in 2011, it went beyond the hour. So we said not only switch off, but do something people across 150 Indian cities. So right from urban metropolitan cities like Mumbai, Delhi, Calcutta, to even small towns and small villages across various corners of the country, Earth Hour is celebrated by everybody because it's a very, very simple thing to do. In 2014, like I said, we've gone beyond the hour, and we don't just say switch off, but we're saying make the switch to renewable energy.
Thanks, Ritu. May I now call upon Mr. David Mansfield, the General Manager of Grand Hyatt, to say a few words, please.
Our support for this important effort. Being an Australian myself, I remember the first year with her. It gained a hell of a lot of traction, and it only gained the traction through yourselves, the media, who really helped propagate the importance of the message and to try to turn the ignorance around and make it a little bit more responsible for what we do.
In all our daily living habits. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Elsie. May we now call upon our National Brand Ambassador, Arjun Kapoor, to address the media.
I think everybody said what they had to do too much. I shouldn't bore you all any further. Everybody's looking so happy to be here. I can make them. इतना सन्नाटा मैंने कभी किसी प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस में आज तक नहीं देखा. It's so peaceful and nice. Very unlike our Hindi film press conferences, so it's a refreshing change. Thank you for choosing me, firstly. Being considered a youth icon and influencing people is always good. But this is something that's important because I can create an impression in people's minds that can make a change to the world, to our country, to our thought processes that will last a lifetime. I mean, if a kid gets influenced by something that I say, or I take a pledge and I say I believe in this, if somebody's getting influenced by what I do, these are the kind of things that I would want to affiliate with. So I'm really grateful to be given this opportunity. I won't go into the jargon about the numbers and how many people have been affected, because at the end of the day, I'm a citizen of this country and this world, and I would like to leave behind a brighter future for my children, my family, and it stems from doing things like this. And keeping the phone on silent, that also helps sometimes, which also contributes to a better life. Okay, she's not going to listen to me. So, how nice. It just comes down to, I thought I'll say a lot of things, but it's really overwhelming to be in a position like this where you can influence people. I would just like to pledge my support and say that I'm going to be there 8:30 to 9:30 on the 29th, doing my bit for this world, for this country, and influencing as many people as genuinely possible. So thank you for having me here once again. Farido, now you can smile. I want to pen. Yes. How do I do this?
You have to stand like this, signing and then face.
अरे किसी का लेजर आता है साउंड लेने का तो कुछ क्यों नहीं पहना क्या है मैजिक शो जो लाइट लेंगे कलर आ रहा है put the lights off and find it. जिस चीज के लिए जैकेट उतारना चाहती मेरे कपड़े उतार सिर्फ आपके लिए हो गया आप
Hello, bhai. For video also.
Yes, sir. ये इजाजत देंगे तो साथ में धरा
So they want
यस यस क्या चाहता है मैं इधर ही खड़ा रहूं कि आगे पीछे कहीं और उधर ठीक अब क्या करूं कुछ करना है चलिए हाँ ये यू कैन शूट दिस वुड बी नाइस टू मूव अराउंड
something from WWF.
थैंक यू
Big round of applause to Ritu Padna and Ritu.
Yes, they were very persistent to have me, and I'm really grateful that they chose me. I'm really happy.
So we'll open the house now to any media queries, else Arjun will do media queries separately.
वरना मैं जा रहा हूँ.
Yeah. So are there any media queries here or everything?
I have a question here.
Can we? Is it okay if I sit down?
So we have about 152, like I said, 152 countries and about 7 to 8 million people. We have statistics which are there country-wise. I will not be able to give you collated statistics right now. But yes, I mean, like Elsie said, 71 megawatts in Bombay itself last year. Powai was the biggest contributor, but Bombay itself says 71. Yeah.
Any other, do we have any statistics as well?
Yes, we do have All India statistics. We will get back to you on the All India statistics.
And we would like to know the increase in the saving of power which has happened over the years.
Absolutely.
Because this Sarkar has been, how many years it has been?
In India, this is the 6th year running. 2007 was when it started globally in Australia. And this is the 6th year running in India.
Right. So I would appreciate if I could get the
Absolutely.
Sure. And also, how has it benefited overall? I mean, is it because the message has gone through? Because okay, for that 1 hour, people are thinking about after that everybody forgets.
Which is why we moved from just the 1 hour to 60 plus, right? It's about moving beyond the hour. So it's about that small. So it's a very, very small, simple action that people need to do. They just need to switch off. But it's also about 60 plus. It's also about doing individual things in your daily lives on a regular basis that will help you lead greener lifestyles.
Can I add to that?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, please. I think it's something which you can't quantify in terms of what we've achieved or what we're trying to achieve by keeping the lights off for 60 minutes. It's about educating and inculcating this habit for a long-term perspective. So I think it'll be very naive of us to quantify it in figures and terms.
So 45 was only the starting.
No, correct. So what you were also saying, how's it affected? It's very difficult to know. I mean, there might be a 6-year-old kid today who sees this and gets affected and passes that information forward or influences himself or his friends to do it. I mean, that's where it all begins. The more people you keep influencing, you're not going to feel it today. You'll feel it after 20 years when our resources, which are finite, will start running out. The idea is not to think about what we're achieving right now. It's a long-term perspective. So in 7 years, what they've achieved can't be really put. I think numbers is great to have, but you've got to see the traction that it's got over like what the high GM was just telling us, that it started off with a lukewarm response. It caught up because of the media, the people, and the kind of numbers that are being spoken of are unprecedented anyway. Because in today's day and age, who has the time to do this? If people are making that effort to begin with an hour, it takes a lot out of institutions to do that. It takes a lot out of government. They've had government places that have switched off their lights for an hour. So it's a very commendable thing that's happening. It takes time. I think 7 years is not enough. It might take even more to influence a bigger section of people. So it's our small way of starting out and keeping at it.
Yeah, that was exactly what I wanted to hear. And are we giving out?
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Kabhi galdi se achhi
Arjun, are we giving out a message to the people that you should there's absolute darkness at that point of time? So are we telling them to switch on LED lighting or something at that point of time?
Yes, we are. So we are talking about renewable energy. No, we're talking about renewable energy. So we're telling people that there are various ways when you switch on or when it's about making the change in your lives. So look at options of renewable energy that you can adopt in your daily lives. So solar heaters, solar chargers, solar inverters, the various variety of products that you have of renewable energy. And we're saying, so we're not just propagating of making the switch, but we're telling people how to make that switch to renewable energy.
So
Arjun, yeah. So that's because my friend has been asking you 7 questions consistently. He's one of my closest friends. I want him to stop.
I think he's taken undue advantage of your friendship.
Arjun, I want to ask you, you're a youth icon and you expect all your fans and followers to follow what you're going to say, to ask them to switch off the lights. What are you doing on the 29th at 8:30?
I will be wherever I am. Unfortunately, our lives are such, we ourselves don't know what we're about to do at what time, and things get delayed back and forth. But wherever I am, I know for a fact I'll be doing. I've made a pledge. It's a commitment, and you fulfill your commitment. And more than that, it's not only about that hour alone. It's going to continue for the rest of my life. It's been there in the past as well. It's about small things like saving water, electricity, stuff like that. It happens in your daily life.
So if you're shooting, are you going to ask the producer director to?
I know for a fact I'm not shooting on 29th. I'm promoting 2 states, and if I'm with the media, I'll request them. I hope the media agrees. I'm going to be with the media on 29th. I know that for sure. So the onus lies upon them. I can request them from 8:30 to 9:30 not to do any work or keep the lights off.
So 8:30 would be a best time for a candlelight dinner.
I'll keep that in mind. But in Bombay's heat, I don't think it would be very exciting. And then we would need the AC. I plant as many trees and plants as possible, which is something my mother was very fond of doing. So I've continued doing that. My sister is very fond of it at home and even outside. My sister started this school and we've tried to continue it. That's for me very important. Greenery is getting cut in our country by leaps and bounds. That's something that since childhood I've been very interested. I would like to have a garden that I can continue garden. I know it sounds like I'm retiring, but I've always had this thing in Bombay. It's impossible to have a garden. So we have a small terrace upstairs where we continue planting as many plants and small trees as possible.
Again, one question goes to Arjun. What is the government support available to people for the saving of energy?
So government provides, in every state, the government provides subsidies for people who want to adopt renewable energy appliances in their homes. So every government has a certain amount of subsidy that they give. So even if you want to produce, put up a solar panel in your house, there is a list of permission that's available with the municipality of every state. And also there are fixed subsidies on every state that as an individual you can get from the government if you were to take on renewable energy appliances or products in your own homes. Larger products like solar PV panels and stuff.
अर्जुन ये अर्थ आ रहा है जो 1 घंटे के लिए इलेक्ट्रिसिटी बना रहा है, ऐसा आपको क्या लगता है, ऐसा और कुछ और क्या होना चाहिए जो 1 घंटे के लिए गायब हो जाना चाहिए?
दुनिया से गायब हो जाना चाहिए।
1 घंटे
मैं बहुत सारे लोगों के बारे में सोच सकता हूँ, सिर्फ एक मैं तो काफी देर तक सोच सकता हूँ। नहीं, if you put your question properly, then I can maybe answer it. What?
1 घंटे के लिए जैसे इलेक्ट्रिसिटी सेव की है, अर्थ पे और कौन सी चीजें आप सेव करना चाहते हैं?
Water. I mean, water. Essentially, we tend to undermine the lack of water in this country. अगर आप छोटे शहरों में जाओगे, you realize electricity and water are two things that are primary in this country that we don't get enough of. So I think water would be the second thing that comes to my mind as a resource that you can try and save on. I mean, we do it every day subconsciously. We as I do. When you're brushing your teeth, you switch off the water. If you're taking a shower, you take it as quickly as possible. Don't keep the water on, stuff like that. So it stems from within. Yeah. It's not about that 1 hour alone. See, that's their way of taking people up to realizing where we are heading. We are heading towards a difficult situation. So I think water would be the second.
अर्जुन साहब, आपकी लाइफ में ऐसी कौन सी चीज है जो गोल करना चाहते हैं?
जैसे कि आपने कहा लोगों को गायब करना चाहता हूँ हमेशा के लिए।
इतना आसान है इसका जवाब, मैं आपको क्यों दूं? वो मेरे दिमाग में रहेगा, मेरे दिमाग। चलिए, फैंटास्टिक।